Yeah, so very good morning to all of you. Now, let's start with our session. Okay. Now, you see, yesterday I have asked you to solve this question as a homework, right? Now, let's see this question, please. So, this is the one question that I have given as a homework for you. Now, what about this question? Yes, I hope some of you people might have solved this one. If you have not solved, then let's see how to solve this one. See, here it's about understanding the concept much more. Now, you see, in a reach of open channel flow, listen to me carefully. Q given is 2 meters square per second. The depth of flow at some section A is 1.5 meter. The depth of B at some section B is 1.6 meter. But did they mention does the section A is at upstream and section B is at downstream? No. Keep that in your mind. They did not mention anything like upstream and downstream. At some section A, there is one depth. At some section B, there is one depth. Okay, they have given like that. Now, the difference in the specific energies at two sections can be correspondingly 0.09 meters and the bed slope S0 is 1 in 2000 and the mean energy slope between the sections. Mean energy slope means SF bar. Yes or no? SF is energy slope. So 0.003. What is the length of reach AB? So what is the length of reach AB? Which means they are asking the length between the section A and B. Now the question is there is a flow known as GVF, but here did they mention the section A is at upstream, section B is at upstream? No. First of all, let me find out the delta X. So how to find out the delta X? Delta X is nothing but delta E by S0 minus SF bar. S0 minus SF bar. Okay. You know the delta E is nothing but 0.09. Okay. 0.09. So numerator is positive. Denominator 1 by 2000 minus 0.003. So if you find out, what is the answer? If you find out, it is going to be minus 36. It will be there. Minus 36. Okay. See why I got minus over here, sir. Listen. Why I got minus? The minus is due to numerator or denominator? Denominator. The denominator is a negative value. So I got minus. But you know that we are going to keep a mod. We are going to keep the mod. So 36 meters fine. Delta X is going to be 36 meters fine. But you see, if you see the options C and option C, D, both are having 36 meters, but with A on upstream and with B on the upstream. So now in this question, the biggest question is, it's not about finding the length. It's about finding which one is at the upstream. Did I mention you A is at the upstream? You see, did I mention depth of flow at upstream? Depth of flow at downstream? No. I did not mention like that. I just mentioned you that at some section A, it is going to be upstream, some depth, and at section B, it is going to be some depth. Now, We have to check. What to check, sir? See, when the flow is happening, the water surface level may be falling like this. The water surface level may be falling like this. If I say falling, then what is why? Means if I say falling, you see, I have two depths. If I say falling, I have two depths, 1.6 to 1.5. So then section B is at upstream, section A is at the downstream, because what is this value? This is a 1.6 and here it is going to be 1.5 meter. Okay. When if it is a falling, then 1.6 then B is at upstream and A is at downstream. Sir, but what if it is a rising? It may be rising graph also like this. If it is a rising, then A is at upstream and B is at downstream. Then this is 1.5 meter and this is going to be 1.6 meter. Okay. But you got to know the length between these two is 36 meters only. This delta X is 36 meters only. Okay. Fine. So I know the length delta X, but do I know whether B is upstream or A is upstream? No, I don't know. So if I want to know now what to do, sir? If I want to know that, then I have to say whether it is a falling or rising. And whether it is a falling or rising will be say by whom? Dy by dx. Dy by dx. If I know the water surface slope, if it is a positive rising profile, if it is a negative falling profile. So as it is not mentioned, which section is upstream. So flow can be falling or rising. So flow can be falling or rising. So how you are going to predict that is nothing but by means of dy by dx. Write down the equation of dy by dx. What is dy by dx? S naught minus Sf by 1 minus Fr square. See, in this now they have given the energy slope, right? They have given the energy slope Sf. So you have to read as Sf bar because you are going to take the whole medium, right? Yes. Now you observe. Array, here, why this equation is negative? Why I got the delta x as negative? Why I got delta x negative? Does delta E is negative? No. This below denominator, this S naught minus SF bar is negative. Because if I solve this one, I get negative. So that's the reason why I got delta x as negative. So I can say directly the numerator is negative. The numerator is negative because S naught minus SF bar value is negative. But now coming to the denominator. What is denominator? 1 minus F first one. So it's all about whom? Froude number. If I can find out the Froude number, then I can say whether the flow is rising or falling. Sir, how to find out the Froude number? V by root G. But you know, they have given two sections, right? So they have given the flow depths 1.5 and 1.6. So how to find out the velocity, you don't know. Yes. So for that, what I do is instead of finding the Froude number, I find out YC, right? I'll find out YC. If I find out YC, means CDL. If the given flow depths are lying above CDL, then I can say the Froude number is going to be less than 1 because it's a subcritical flow. Come on, let's solve. Find out YC. YC is equals to, see, in the given section, Nowhere it mentioned as rectangle. I told you if it is not mentioned anything in the question, you just take it as a rectangle. If there is no channel shape in the question, you just take it as rectangle. So take it as rectangle. 2 square by g whole to the power of 1 by 2. Q 2 square by 9.81 whole to the power of 1 by 3, which is going to be 0.74 meters, which is going to be 0.74 meters. So now both YA comma YB are more than Y critical depth. Both YA comma YB, both whatever the depths of YA and YB, 1.5 and 1.6, both are above YC, which means the flow is subcritical flow. When I say the subcritical flow, the Froude number is less than 1. Froude number less than 1, my dear. When the Froude number is going to be less than 1, now you tell me 1 minus less than 1 square. Then this denominator is going to be positive. Then I can write 1 minus FR square is a positive. Okay. So now negative by positive, what is this? Negative. Negative by positive is going to be negative. Now, what is the answer you are going to see? GVF is falling profile. GVF is a falling profile. So this is not the correct one. This is the correct one. So these are the two possibilities, and from the two possibilities, what I am doing is I don't want the magnitude of dy by dx. I want the sign of the dy by dx so that I can check whether it is rising or falling. So now you tell me what is delta x? Delta x is 36 meters with B on upstream. Okay. So that's the final answer. The final answer is going to be 36 meters with B on upstream. What if YC value is in between YA and YB? There is no possibility something like that. I know this type of questions can be asked. So one of our student is asking, sir, if this is CDL, what if some YA is going to be like this and YB like this? Have I said any flow like this? I told you if this is a CDL or above it may be NDL, the flow will be happen these spaces. The flow will be happen with these spaces. Okay. So you see no flow, no GVF is going to be crosses like this. If it crosses a CDL, then there is a hydraulic jump, my dear. If it crosses a CDL, for example, if a YA is something one is below and YB is going to be above, YA below and YB is equals to above, then you cannot say the dy by dx. You cannot say the Froude number over there, because when YA is below and YB is going to be above, it is going to be a hydraulic jump, right? Because supercritical flow, subcritical flow, this is a hydraulic jump, and hydraulic jump is not a gradually varied flow. Yes. So given in the given flow, YA cannot be less than, means one of the depth cannot be less than CDL, one of the depth cannot be more than CDL. Okay. If you want to say it as a GVF, if you want to say it as a GVF. No, okay, fine. So that's about this question. Okay, fine. So that's about the classroom practice questions. So regarding to the critical minutes, according to the gradually varied flow. Now, So remaining, see, from 24th question onwards, that's a hydraulic jump. So we have completed 23 questions of the classroom practice questions. Now from 24 to 29, so only 5 questions are left over. That's a hydraulic jump and the surge. Only for one question is for the surge. Yes. So now coming to the previous ESC, we have discussed this question yesterday. And now in gradually varied flow, if dy by dx is positive, then the dE by dx. See, yesterday I told you that dE by dx is nothing but S minus SF. S minus SF. And you remember this one, right? S minus SF. And this can be written as dE by dx is equals to dy by dx into 1 minus FR square. So while I was deriving that equation, I have written this one. Yes or no? While I was deriving the length of the GVF, I have written this one. So now you tell me dy by d. What is dy in a given gradually varied flow? If dy by dx is positive, if dy by dx is a positive, then what is a dE by dx? Does it can be always 0? No. dE by dx is not going to be 0 because dy by dx is positive, right? And dE by dx is also positive if y greater than yc. If y greater than yc. So if y greater than yc, then it is going to be subcritical flow. Yes or no? If it is going to be subcritical flow, then Froude number is less than 1 or not? Yes. That's it. So when Froude number is going to be less than 1, then if y greater than yc, if y greater than yc, then Froude number is less than 1. So then this is also going to be positive. Then this entire is going to be positive. So already the dy by dx is positive. Okay. Now this dy by dx is positive. And what about this dE by dx? This dE by dx depends upon whom now? Froude number. Okay. And if Froude number is less than 1, then if Froude number is going to be less than 1, then see, y greater than yc is subcritical, Froude number less than 1, so positive, positive. Now what is the answer? Positive if y greater than yc. And what is this here? Negative. No, it won't be negative. Always negative. No. So this is the correct answer. What is the correct answer? Positive if y greater than yc. Sir, how dy by dx is positive? Sir, in the given question they mentioned, sir, if dy by dx is positive. Okay, now coming to this question. There is a question, very good question. Now you see. I'm giving you the hydraulic structures with the list to water surface profiles and select the correct answer. So I'm giving you the list one as a practical applications and I want the type of profiles. These are the ESC questions on a flat topped broad crusted weir. What is the meaning of flat topped broad crusted weir, sir? Is so the meaning of the flat topped is, so this is a flat topped hump or broad crust weir. He said as a broad crust weir. So what happens in the case of the broad crust weir, sir, is see this height is not too much. Whatever the water that comes over here, this water, whatever the water that comes over here will fall over here. The water that comes over here will fall over here. So if you observe in the case of the broad crusted weir, whenever the water level falls, see this is just nothing but a horizontal arm. This is a horizontal, okay. And in the case of the horizontal, whatever, this is nothing but this is a horizontal bed. In the case of the horizontal, whatever this is see this is a falling, right? Falling means H2. Falling means H2 because on a flat topped broad crusted weir, flat topped means it's going to be a horizontal. So in the case of the flat topped broad crusted weir, the value is going to be H2. Now you see the options. For A it should be 5. For A it is going to be 5 H2. So now if I see, I can eliminate option C and I can eliminate option B. Okay. So what is the answer for others? So A and D are there. Now let's see. Immediately below is sluice gate on the level apron. So this is a level apron. What is the meaning of level apron? What is the meaning of level apron? Level apron means a horizontal bed. Horizontal bed. Level apron immediately below. This is a sluice gate, and what they're asking is, this is gate, and what they're asking is immediately below the sluice gate on a level apron. So no, again, this is going to be the horizontal. You know that as it is a horizontal, immediately first in a contractor, and the water level is going to be rises. Yes or no? So you know that there is a serial, and then again there is a hydraulic jump, something like that. But you know that in the case of the horizontal, whatever this is nothing but the serial. So this profile is a H3 profile because it is rising or not. See, simple words. In the A it is falling. Falling means only second profile. And in the B it is going to be rising. And is it rising at the bottom level or top level? Bottom level. So this is going to be third profile. So what is the level apron? Horizontal wave, which means for B it should be 6. For B it should be 6. Now for B it should be 6 means I can eliminate D. The correct answer is going to be A. In examination you just go with the two options. You don't need solve. You don't need to solve the total one. Okay. So now I hope you understood this. Now coming to the behind the weir of an alluvial river. Behind the weir of an alluvial river. So what is the meaning of alluvial river behind that? So yes, as simple as that. Behind weir. You know, in the case of the behind the weir, the water level is going to be rises. The water level is going to be rises. So for the C, the behind the weir, the water level is going to be rises. And from the given options, it is going to be first profile. It's going to be first profile. Okay. The first profile is going to be M1 or S1 or any other. You see M2 is there, S2 is there, H2 is there. So it should be either M1 or S1. On the behind of the water level, this is going to be M1 profile, my dear. This is M1 profile. So I can say the answer for C is equals to M1. This is going to be 1. And in a chute spillway, the meaning of a chute spillway is, the meaning of a chute spillway is, see, this is the bed, whatever the downstream, this canal, this is known as a chute spillway, where you are going to allow the flow of water. See, where you are going to allow the flow of water, chute spillway. So in the case of the chute spillway, what is going to be happen over here is, you are going to get this one in irrigation. What is the meaning of a chute spillway? So in the case of the chute spillway, what is going to be happen over here is, chute spillway. You know, on the downstream side, the water level will fall or not? The water level is going to be fall. When the water level is going to be fall, this is going to be steeper in nature. Yes or no? This is going to be the steeper in nature. So water level will fall, and falling water level represents the second profile. Falling water level represents the second profile. So this, what is the meaning of chute spillway that we will be knowing later? See, the meaning of a spillway is an opening to allow water from upstream to the downstream. And if it is a chute spillway, it's going to be length more with the steepness. So that the water level is going to be falls like this. Falling means a drawdown or not, second profile. And as it is a steeper one, so S2. So what is S2 over here? 4. So answer is going to be 5, 6, 1, 4. Okay. No. This is such. and this is about hydraulic jump. This is about hydraulic jump. Now you see this question. Everybody, you observe a sluice gate opening in a canal is shown in the given figures. So they are mentioning X, Y, and Z. So and HJ means hydraulic jump. So what are the possible profiles? The shapes of the water surface profiles they are saying. You know, this is X means what is this level? This is going to be M1 from the given. From the given, you can observe they have given M1, M3, M1, mild slope, yes, steep slope. So here it is going to be M1. Obviously, it is going to be M1 R. And what about this one? This is going to be M3 rise. And again, you see here, this is the first profile, right? This is the first profile. This is going to be again M1. So M3, M1, M3, M1. M1, M3, M1. So from the given options, option A. Do you require much time for this? Tell me. Do you require much time for this? Is it a steep slope? No. If it is a steep slope, you know there is no. See, they mentioned that NDL is above CDL. NDL is above CDL. YN greater than YC. What is the type of slope? Mild slope. Okay. What is the type of slope over here? Mild slope. Okay, my dear? Yes. Let me see this question also. Consider the following statement regarding to the conditions to be satisfied for maximum discharge. Maximum discharge. Consider the following statements regarding to be satisfied for the maximum discharge. Maximum discharge means efficient section. Yes or no? So efficient section for a trapezoidal minded. In the case of the trapezoidal, they are asking the what are the conditions. You know, in the case of the trapezoidal, the efficient section is going to be half of regular hexagon through a trapezoidal base side slope M, bed width B, and a flow depth D, and having a fixed bed slope. So bed slope is fixed, and you know that is nothing but half of regular hexagon. So first options you have to look over which of these statements above are correct. Sloping side should have an angle of 30 degrees with vertical. See, this is a sloping side. Okay, whatever this is nothing but the water level. You keep that in your mind. This is a sloping side. Yes or no? The sloping side generally the value is going to be 60 degrees. Yes or no? But is it with a horizontal or vertical? Horizontal. But they are asking with respect to vertical, my dear. If it is 60, then what about this value? This is going to be 30 degrees. Yes, that's it. If this is 60, this is going to be 30. So the sloping side, this is a sloping side, this is a sloping side, will have an angle of 30 degrees with respect to the vertical. So this is one is true. Okay. Because outer angle is going to be 60 degrees, right? Hydraulic mean depth. What is mean by hydraulic mean depth? The meaning of hydraulic mean depth is hydraulic radius equals half the flow depth. You know, in the case of the regular hexagon, hydraulic radius R is equals to Y by 2. If you remember, yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. So hydraulic mean depth equals to, this is not hydraulic depth, this is a hydraulic mean depth, means hydraulic radius equals to half the flow depth. Yes, that's also true. Now, length of the sloping side. What is the length of the sloping side? I write should be equals to twice the bottom width. No. You know that in the case of the regular hexagon, all the sides are same. So B should be our sloping side. I should be B. But what is the mentioning is a length of a sloping side I should be equals to twice the bottom width. So they are mentioning I is equals to 2B, which is not going to be correct. So what are the correct options? 1 and 2 only. The correct answer is 1 and 2 only. hydraulic jump. That is search. Okay, these things you can solve. This one I'll be solving in the flow measurements. Hydraulic jump. This is also hydraulic jump. Okay, now come to the gate, previous gate questions. You see, so why depth falls over broad crested weir? Because while we are going to discuss about the broad crested weir, I am going to discuss about that. That is there in the concepts. Broad crested weir is there. We'll see that. August endings are village able to complete syllabus till now, till November. Baba, why you are worrying about that? No, why you are worrying about that? Why you are worrying about whether AC is going to be able to complete the syllabus or not? Right now the subject is going on for you. You better focus on what is happening now. Yes, definitely it is going to be complete the November syllabus. Okay, definitely it is going to be complete in November. This is August, September, October, November. November, still 3 more months are there. Okay, so you don't need to worry about that. Don't worry about what is not in your hands. Worry about what is present in your hand. Right now, what you need to do is make a schedule for you. And in the afternoon session, I don't know what you are doing. And the person who has already asked this question as an anonymous attendee, I don't know, means, okay, fine. Whatever the anonymous attendees are, anybody else, see right now what's in front of you. In front of you, their class are going. And after the class, on the afternoon session, what you need to do, make sure you schedule yourself so that you don't be dizzy. See, in order to make sure to prepare and to be competitive, not only the mentally, but you have to be physically fit. You need to go if there is a possibility for you. Right now, gyms are also open, but I don't say it is healthy or it is safe to go to the gyms and to do workouts. But it doesn't require heavy lift ups or push-ups or pull-ups. It doesn't require any heavy weights. So in your home itself, you can do the basic exercise. Or if you are right now during the lockdown, the most common sport that we have been started is shuttle, badminton. So evening time, you try to play at least half an hour to 1 hour badminton with your brother or with your sister or with your friend. Means at least try to make sure 1 hour of a physical exercise, either by means of a meditation or yoga, or if you're comfortable with doing push-ups or pull-ups or running or walking or playing some shuttle. Okay, but so you need to keep the momentum. The momentum comes not only with the mentally fitness. If you want to be mentally fit, first of all, you have to be physically fit too. And it goes vice versa. It goes vice versa. And if you are physically fit, doesn't mean that you are mentally fit. Okay, a person has to be both if you want to achieve something. So stop worrying. And you know one thing, you cannot control all those things. You cannot control anything. You cannot control yourself also. But what you can control is right now what your emotions are. You cannot control what's going to be happen in the future. And you don't know whether you are going to be All India rank #1 or you don't get selected also. It's all depends upon you. That's a pave. Okay. So forget about the final destination. Forget about the final destination over there. You know what is the meaning of destination. You have to write the examination at any cost. You paid money for coaching and you paid money, means you are going to pay the money for the registration and you are going to write. That's inevitable. That's going to be happen. But during this process, enjoy. Means here the meaning of enjoy is understand the flow. And you need to make sure, see, okay, you should not say that I have taken a coaching in a GATE 6 months back and I wrote the GATE after 6 months and I got the GATE rank, something like that. So before 6 months, after 6 months, what is this? What is happening in the 6 months or 7 months? That should be the point. And you have to be say to yourself, yes, I am giving my effort. And if you are if you are okay with your efforts, then no matter whatever the result that comes from out the examination, that doesn't bother you. So right now, what you do is make sure every moment counts for a day. You are in home, you are not in any hostel, you are not an outside something like that. You don't need to waste your time. You're just sitting in front of your mobiles and in whatever the position you are comfortable with. I don't know whether you are sleeping or whether you are sitting or whether you are crawling also, I don't know, but you're doing something which is not happening in the years before, and right now you are doing that. Yes, so keep that in your mind. Don't worry about what is going to be happen, but do worry about how I have to prepare. Okay, our college classes are also going to start. Yes, and some of the students have problems, and because as some of the students are already college going students are there, so you people has to be attend the classes during the daytime sessions, and under the college means whatever the college under JNTUH. So I think by 28th onwards of this month or next month, I didn't remember the date exactly. I think this month or next month. So they are going to be start the online classes of 4 to 5 hours of session. See, what I suggest you is if you are going to be the final year students, my dear, if you are going to be the final year students, for the final year students, the career is more important than the final year now, because for you already the placement reason has been completed, and for the placement they will take the percentage up to third year second semester only. So in the final year they never bother about how much percentage you are going to get. Okay, so in the final year you better focus on your career. Means the career means what's next. So and what's next in front of you is the gate. If you want to open the gates of your future, you have to write the gate. Yes. So if there's any other option, that's up to you. If you want to be a musician, if you want to be an artist, or if you want to be a businessman, you'd be not the first person who paid such a huge amount to the A's and to join the classes. So for them, you prefer the classes here than your college. And for the third year students, that's for them only. It is going to be highly difficult, because for the third year students, it is very important towards your academics. It's very important to cope up with your academic percentages, and along with the classroom subjects are going on. So you have to be a little bit careful, and you need to step back yourself and brace yourself. And this is the point that at some point of your life, you are going to be present in a situation that there is no alternate options for you. Like you cannot go for means you cannot go backward. But the only thing is you have to go forward, no matter whatever the extent it is. And the main problem is for the third year students only right now, because you will have to cope up with the academics, and you have to cope up with the classroom touch, means coachings also. And the people who have already passed out, and for you people, so you have enough time, you prepare, and you make sure already you have completed your graduation, and you are in a period of 1 year, and you are passing your life of 1 year, so that what I can do in the future. So this 1 year is going to be very, very, very important for you. So for the third year students, you have to come up with some solution, and that solution is like, so what are the classes are important for you, and which subjects are going to be important for you. So I don't say whether some subjects are important or not. It depends upon your college fraternity also. So I don't think in every college the faculties are going to be too good or too bad. They are both. There's a mixture. So some of the faculties might be able to deliver you, some may not be able to deliver you, and we all know that. We all know that. So it's all up to you, and which class to choose and which is not to choose. Based upon that, you take the future discussion along with that. Okay. 2 to 5 college lectures whole day going on attending, and then 1.5 hour we are having mind freshing time with our friends. And as 7 a.m. lectures are there, we need to sleep early for enough sleep. So no time to read. Tension is increasing day by day. As nothing special is happening and reading is very less. See, miracles doesn't happen in a day, my dear. Miracles do happen over a time. Okay. And for that to happen, you need to be patient for anything to rise. So just imagine you cannot get a fruit from a tree within a day. It's like it's a whole tedious process. And finally, once the output is going to become, then we feel happy. Okay. So, but you need to be patient enough. You have to look over alternate options. Okay, fine. So now let's come to the topics. Yeah. So a section in a open channel in which a fixed relationship between the depth and the discharge is means discharge and depth is going to be exist. So whatever, this is nothing but a control section. It was asked in GATE 1995 where at that point of time you can fill the blanks also. So that's a control section. You can control the control section only, but you cannot control anything over here. Now this is a hydraulic jump of height. Yes, hydraulic jump and hydraulic jump, hydraulic jump. Yes, a channel with a mild slope is followed by a horizontal channel. So now you see mild slope is followed by a horizontal channel and then by a steep channel. And then by a steep channel. So mild slope and then horizontal and then steep slope. This is going to be the steep slope. See, this time I don't go like NDL and CDL. I'll directly say that if you know that if lesser slope or if flatter slope followed by steep slope, if a flatter slope is going to be followed by steep slope, GVF is falling. Okay, GVF is equals to GVF is going to be falling. Okay, now so if a flat slope is going to be followed by a steep slope, GVF is going to be falling. Now you see this is mild slope and up to here horizontal. Now this is a more slope and this is going to be the less slope. See, when the more slope is going to be followed, means if the steep slope is going to be followed by lesser slope, then GVF is going to be rising, right? And this opposite is going to be vice versa. Yes or no? So, my dear, first of all, compared to the mild, horizontal has more NDL because in the case of horizontal, y is infinity. Yes or no? So, what is going to be happen is in all the cases, serial is going to be seen. In all the cases, serial is going to be seen. So, first of all, point number one, without drawing the graph, I can say, okay, this is more slope than the horizontal. So more slope to less slope, more slope, less NDL, less slope, more NDL. Water level will rise. Water level will rise. Water level will rise means the first profile should be M1. The first profile should be M1. Yes or no? Keep that in your mind. The first profile should be M1. So I can eliminate option B. I can eliminate option B. And then coming to the second one, in the case of the horizontal. Now M1 is there. Now in the case of the horizontal, now you see flat slope followed by the steep slope. Then it is going to be falling or not? Then it is going to be falling. So first it should rise M1, then it is going to be falling H2 and S2. M1 falling, M1 and then falling H2, H2. So now M1 H1, no. M1 H2 and M1 H2. And what is this S3? S3 is not going to be happen because S3 is rising. So what is the answer? M1, H2, S2. Now, you see how I'm going to solve this. This is serial. Here this is NDL. And here this is going to be the NDL. And in the case of the horizontal, you know, S0 is 0, Yn is going to be infinity. Okay, means Yn means infinity means somewhere over here, something like that. Yes. Now how the flow is going to be happen, sir? You know the flow should meet from NDL to NDL. And in the case of the in between horizontal, it's going to be in between the horizontal, it's going to be infinity. So now the water surface rises like this. So what is this profile? M1 profile. And once it rises, you see, once it rises, it's going to be constant and it's going to be, you know that the M1 profile rises and it is going to be asymptotic to horizontal. Yes or no? It is going to be asymptotic to horizontal, then it's going to be asymptotic to horizontal. Then now from here, I need to meet whom? NDL. And from here to NDL, now I have to cross the serial arm. So now in the horizontal right now, which profile we are seeing? Which profile we are seeing? We are in the second zone. Now the water level is going to be false perpendicular to serial. And then from here perpendicular to serial to asymptotic to NDL. So now what is this profile? Come on, tell me, what are the names? This is M1, this is H2, and this is S2. So M1, H2, S2. These are the profiles. That is the answer. M1, H2, S2. So once I draw this, if you have any doubt, my dear, you go with the NDL and serial. Else, by layman, more slope to lesser slope, rising, lesser slope to more slope, falling. More slope to lesser slope, first of all, rising, M1, and a lesser slope, horizontal to more slope, steeper, falling, H2, S2. I hope you understood this. Okay. So now that's, I think so. There is a question. Yes. Now you see this question. There is a GATE 2008 single step method by means of Euler only. Single step means Euler method only. So I have given you some differential equation here. So now the variation of the water level depth y in a GVF, the gradually varied open channel flow, is given by first order differential equation. So they have given that dy by dx directly. Given that initial condition, what is the meaning of initial condition? If x is equals to 0, then it is going to be 0.8 meters. So initially, so it is going to be 0.8 meters. So y at x is equals to 0, 0.8 meters. The depth in meters up to 3 decimals. The depth in meters up to 3 decimals of flow at a downstream section. At a downstream section where x is equals to 1 meter from one calculation step. Also only one calculation they are asking you. So they are giving the some variation of the water surface profile. Now you don't know whether it's going to be falling or rising. We have to check whether it's going to be falling or rising. Okay. Okay. Does my voice is audible to you? Does my voice and video is available? Okay. So now, see, I have given you, yes. So this differential equation, and now this differential equation, so this is the differential equation I mentioned. Yes. This is the differential equation I mentioned. Dy by dx is equals to, so 1 minus e to the power of 10 by 3 into ln y. That is not log, that is a ln. And now this in this dy by dx, what they're asking is, you see, I have mentioned you y at x is equals to 0 is equals to 0.8 meters. Now y at x is equals to 1, how many meters? What is the depth at x is equals to 1? So they have given this differential equation. And you don't know whether the given, if this is a channel bed slope, you don't know whether the profile is going to be falling, or you don't know whether the profile is going to be rising. So first of all, you have to fix whether it's a falling or rising. Then I can say what is the length also. Okay. So now, my dear, come on. From the given, if I substitute whatever the dy by dx at x is equals to 0, then what is the y value? At x is equals to 0, what is the y value? 0.8 meters. 1 minus e to the power of 10 by 3 ln 0.8 by 250 minus 45 into e minus 3 ln y. Natural logarithm of 0.8. So now please tell me these values. Natural logarithm of 0.8 into 10 by 3 it is the power of answer. So this is going to be numerator as 0.524 by denominator same ln 0.8 okay into minus 3 into the power into the whole into 45. Give me a minute. This is minus, my dear. There is a minus over here. There is a minus over here. In this equation, it has been overlapped, but it is a minus. There is a minus over there. So, and if that is a minus, this is a minus. Minus is there. Ln 0.8 into 10 by 3. So 1 minus, this is a minus 1.104 by the denominator is going to be 162.10. So this value is going to be minus 6.81 into 10 power of minus 3. Whatever it is, this is going to be negative or positive. This is going to be negative. So this value is going to be 6.81 into 10 to the power of minus 3. 6.81 into 10 to the power of minus 3. The value is going to be negative. I hope you got the same value. Now, you see, once we know these values, then we can find out. See, once I know this slope, now you see this dy by dx, I will write as, so once is going to be falling profile, this is the falling profile, there is a negative. So I know the value of magnitude. Magnitude is going to be minus 6.81 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay. So now you see, whatever this depth falling, this is going to be at x is 0, this is going to be 0.8 meters. Now, over a length of 1 meter, at x is equals to 1 meter, what is y value? So dy by dx, difference y minus 0.8. Y minus 0.8 by x, 1 value minus 0. So why I am taking y minus 0.8 dy? What is meant by dy? Difference between the depths. Dx, difference between the depths, is equals to minus 6.81 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Now, if you solve, what is this y value? Come on, tell me. 1 it goes plus 0.8. So the value is going to be 0.806 0.806 meters. The value is going to be 0.806 meters. Let me check that once. Okay. Okay, fine. This is going to be range. Yeah. Yes, the value is going to be 0.806 meters. So it's about that 3 decimals. So they're asking. So rounded to up to 3 decimals. So they might have given a range over here. So answer is going to be 0.806 meters. Okay. Now that's about having this. Is it 0.793? Because 6.81 into 10 to the power of minus 3 in plus 0.8, 0.806. So fine, it's 0.7932.